Virtual Reality Entertainment Forum recently held in New York, exhibit booths were filled with companies trying to market their 3D visualization systems developed for medical applications, but for sale to the entertainment market.
The future of virtual reality is where the consumer dollar leads. Now, people are standing in long lines for immersive entertainment experiences that combine motion simulation and high-quality graphics. Already, many of these VR rides are being grouped into virtual reality amusement parks for permanent installation or traveling shows. These VR theme parks could be the high-tech arcades of the future, easily installed in inner cities and appealing and accessible for large audiences. Sometime this summer, one of these prototype VR theme parks will open in the Lincoln Center area of New York City.
But don't be mistaken, you don't have to leave home to experience virtuality. Software and online services are now being developed to bring interactive 3D worlds directly into your home. And if you're wondering how VR can be useful as well as entertaining, you'll be especially interested in this.
It also has some very utilitarian uses for people at home, everywhere from interior design. What is this carpet going to look like with these drapes now that we have texture mapping incorporated in all of our products? To deciding trying to find out what a deck looks like on your, added onto your house or a new addition, or just letting your children create new art. You start with a 3D canvas that is a cubic mile, and you can create from there anything you want.
What is this 3D canvas? It's called Virtus VR, an interactive software package that gives its user the tools to create their own VR worlds. Richard Boyd, the Director of Sales for Virtus Corporation, explains.
Our main focus is to provide tools for people to create three-dimensional worlds, whatever they use those worlds for, whether it is for home use, trying to do home remodeling, interior design, or just rearranging the furniture, or seeing what a deck looks like on, or an addition when added to your home, all the way up through film and theater set design to facilities planning, crime scene recreation. The FBI Academy teaches our software, and we're also used by the FBI hostage rescue team. Basically anything where it would help to see the information in 3D rather than just 2D, we can do that in our software.
Virtus Corporation got its start in producing 3D worlds through a timely connection of factors: the growing demands of the film industry and a landmark virtual reality game called The Colony, developed in 1988.
At that time, Tom Clancy, the author, played the game and was one of our very first investors. And another game addict at the time was Michael Backus, who was also on our board of directors along with Tom Clancy. And he got us involved in a film project, and that was Jim Cameron's movie, The Abyss. The problem they had is they had a very difficult set that they had to build. It was, in fact, underwater. And they were looking for a tool to be able to build it first in the computer before they had committed themselves to actually building the set. And they did that completely in our software, and by doing that, they determined that they didn't actually have to build about 2/3 of the set. So that saved Jim Cameron several $million.
After The Abyss, Virtus went on to developing more advanced features specifically for the future of motion picture production.
Well, the film industry is a natural for our product because they're very interested in saving time. Time is their is the most important thing, and we happen to be able to build worlds very, very quickly. So a director like Brian De Palma, who has been very supportive of us and has used us in a number of films, can build the entire set for the movie, take our special camera lenses, set the exact camera lens he's going to use and the aspect ratio that he's going to use, and actually plan out all of the shots in advance before they show up on location. So that saves them a great deal of time. You can also storyboard an entire movie using our software. So we want to continue in that industry, but we also want to continue in entertainment by helping these, or taking these virtual environments we're creating and bringing them into some sort of environment where people can share in collaborative environments. They can be a part of maybe an interactive movie and where things are happening and they're all involved in it.
But if people want to create their own virtual worlds instead of experiencing someone else's, Vertus software also encourages that creativity. Gilbert Hammer is a cinematographer and a consultant to Vertus.
These programs that Vertus Corporation makes are very intuitive, and their introductory product, VR, really enables you to get up and running in a few hours. You know, the more sophisticated the environment you want to create in a three-dimensional space obviously requires more time and more learning, but it doesn't require the enormous amounts of time that some of the other more traditional animation programs have required in the past. So they're easy to learn, and I think it's going to be kind of an equalizer. It's going to allow people who aren't programmers or engineers to design worlds themselves and utilize them themselves, and so they'll have more control over what they're trying to create.
Vertus has 3 VR software packages, each aimed at different skill and need levels. But all the software runs on a 386 or better on the IBM side, or on any Macintosh from a Plus on up.
That really is our approach to virtual reality. It's what we call, if you will, an evolutionary approach. Instead of saying, well, in order to be a part of this experience, in order to be franchised in this experience, you have to go out and buy a silicon graphics machine, you have to spend $30,000 on software, blah, 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 and buy head-mounted displays. Although those things are really nice, and if you can afford them, you know, they're fantastic. But for those of us who can't, we're providing tools right now today that you can create three-dimensional environments with, you can get some very practical applications out of, and as well as do some impractical things that are a lot of fun.
Vertus software starts at $99 for the home version and runs up to $395 for professional applications. According to Richard Boyd, the software's appeal already stretches from parents who buy it for their children to students who use it for projects at the University of North Carolina Virtual Reality Lab.
In future weeks, we'll continue to look at commercial development in the virtual reality industry and show you how virtuality will become the new media of the future.